David Ruffin pumping out that sweet soul music, a Lost 45 from Billboard's Hot 100 of the week of July 24th, 1976. Remember when I first heard this David Ruffin record, I just, man, this is a cool record. But it was more of an adult hit on the adult stations than a pop hit, and only got as high as number 49 on Billboard's Hot 100. It was at number 52 that week, July 24th, 1976, and the song is called Everything's Coming Up Love, baby. Everything's Coming Up Roses, an optimistic record from somebody who didn't necessarily lead a very happy life. Although it started out pretty good for David Ruffin, sang lead for the Temptations, My Girl. Since I Lost My Baby. Yes, that's that sweet soul music. That's what I'm talking about. 1965, Ain't Too Proud to Beg. All I Need from 1967. But then things started to collapse in the late 60s for David Ruffin. His ego just boom. You see, what happened was, instead of the Supremes, it became Diana Ross and the Supremes at Motown. And David Ruffin was thinking, well, hey, the Temptations, they're just as big as the Supremes, or almost as big as the Supremes. It's a big flagship act for Motown. Why can't I be the focal point of the Temptations? Why can't it be David Ruffin and the Temptations? Dadgummit, I'm singing on some of their biggest hits. I'm being produced by top flight producers, being produced by top flight people like Norman Whitfield. Smokey Robinson produced My Girl. Well, that didn't sit too well with the other group members, particularly Otis Williams, one of the founding members of the Temptations. They're like, well, heck, go F yourself. And that's not all. David Ruffin, instead of traveling with the Temptations in a bus to their concerts, doing their shows, he traveled in a custom limousine with his then girlfriend, Tammy Terrell, who sang duets with Marvin Gaye. Don't quote me on this, but I have read that he also possibly physically abused Tammy Terrell. She died of a brain tumor in 1970. Some people were blaming David Ruffin, but that's between me and you. We don't spread that part of it around. He had a cocaine problem. Started missing rehearsals, missing shows. That's not good. That's not professional. This is a tightly knit band, the Temptations. They're not going to tolerate this for very long. It came to a head. You won't believe what happened. He missed a show at Cleveland, Ohio. He didn't show up to do a performance. And the reason why, David Ruffin, instead of showing up with the Temptations, he was watching a performance by his then girlfriend, his new girlfriend, Barbara Gail Martin, the daughter of Dean Martin. She was doing a show. He watched that. Well, that's it. This guy's got to go. He's talented. He's a great singer, but he's got to go. We can't have this. Temptations fired him. He was replaced by Dennis Edwards. Sang lead on a lot of the Motown hits in the late 60s, early 70s. Especially Papa Was a Rolling Stone, Dennis Edwards. But he got on a solo career, though. His first hit record, early 1969, getting into the winter and spring of 1969, a song that literally, vocally shed tears. It was a song, I always forget the title of this record, My Whole World Ended. The Moment You Left Me. David Ruffin. It cried. The song just cried. It's almost depressing listening to this record. The guy was just pouring out his soul. But then later he came out with he had a number of hits, but his other big hit, he came out with a slick R&B record, really slick. It was produced by Fan McCoy, Walk Away from Love. Now we get into this album by David Ruffin, Everything's Coming Up Love. Here it is. Billboard's Hot 100, July 24th, 1976, coming in at number 52 that week. David Ruffin of the Temptations with Everything's Coming Up Love.